Hi guys, this is Megan and welcome back to my channel. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. I just started promoting this YouTube channel. I used to kind of just do it for fun. It's really one of the reasons that I've been staying vegan for so long, just because I have a little outlet where I can learn more about being vegan, to be able to tell you guys and all this kind of stuff. So YouTube has been like a huge blessing for me in my vegan journey, and it kind of got me thinking about just different types of vegans that you'll encounter. And I just want to let y'all know this here, right here, with me and my critters, shout out to Sally who came up with that, this is a safe space. This is a non-judgmental vegan zone, because you know what? If you're not 100% vegan and you still struggle with stuff, I don't care. I really don't. I think that you doing the best you can, eating vegan, maybe buying vegan products, whatever you're doing right now is great. And so just to help you along your journey, I decided I would create 5 different tips that made it a little easier for me to be and eat vegan, and I hope they help y'all. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so let's go to tip number 1. So tip number 1 is very simple. It is, what is being vegan? I know that if you're watching this and you've been vegan forever, you're probably like, why are you wasting my time? Well, this is a Vegan for Beginner series, so unfortunately, I need to waste time. I have seen a lot of just people in general on the Facebook groups and things like that that have been asking what veganism is. So I figured I would address it in this video. Veganism in general, if you're talking about the diet, is going to be no eating meat or dairy. Pretty simple. Beyond that, obviously no animal byproducts in general. Animal byproducts are everywhere. I didn't know Jell-O had animal byproducts in it. You know, gummies. I'm actually going to do a video in this Vegan for Beginner series about some random things that you wouldn't know that aren't vegan. But just in general, there are tons of ingredients in everything that are made from animals. I did a video before called 4 Things You Should Know Before Going Into a Mexican Restaurant, because I waited tables at a restaurant for a while and I was discovering that no one knew that was vegetarian that they had lard in their beans or their tortillas or their chicken broth in the rice. You know, there's just a lot of things that you just assume people know that they just don't know. So that's what it is. It's no dairy, no meat. Now let's talk about people that are vegan. So it's getting broader and broader. I'm sure like it, you know, super vegans would say it's not broad, it's just you're vegan or you're not. I can hear them already. But there's 3 different categories I would say that I have placed vegans into that have, you know, that I've been around. One is gonna be who I'm talking about, super vegans. They're vegan, ain't no question. Everything in their house is vegan, everything they eat is vegan, everything they promote is vegan. They're environmentalists, they're against breeding, they're against testing on animals, anything having to do with putting animals in unnatural states, anything unnatural in general. I actually had somebody comment on the video I made that was about vegan makeup, saying that makeup is unnatural, and that's not really going along with the vegan lifestyle. So I wear makeup sometimes, I'm sorry, but that is where I would say is a secondary category. You should call it plant-based if you want to be the most accurate. I honestly just call myself vegan because I use vegan products, vegan makeup, I eat vegan. There may be things in my life that I'm unaware of that are not vegan, but I pretty much live my life vegan, so I call myself vegan. But I could call myself plant-based. I did for a while because I was just so confused with like some of the judgment, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just be plant-based now. Anyway, tangent over. Third vegan that you may encounter, I would say, would be like vegan-ish. veganish is like, I feel like there are people that are like in between vegetarian and vegan kind of, or like they eat vegan on random days of their life. I don't really have any judgment towards anyone. I'm kind of like the chill vegan. I just like hang out, and if I even see you, if I know you eat meat at Chick-fil-A every day, and then I see you eating a veggie burger, I'm the one that's like, hell yeah. Like, I just love that. I love like anybody even trying vegan things, experimenting with being vegan, because that's how people become vegan. Like, they didn't all pop out when they were babies and be like, I'm vegan, you know, that just, it's not realistic. And if you were to even talk to some of the super vegans that have, you know, this judgment towards other people, and, you know, they think they're not doing things right, they weren't always vegan. Like, unless their parents raised them as vegan and they never had a choice and they never tried anything else, but that's not the life I chose. So just saying, there's different types of vegans. Figure out who you want to be. Honestly, love eating and living vegan in a complete way. I didn't always, but I've grown towards it. But it took me a while to get here. So I think that just give yourself time. That's just the main thing. All right, guys, tip number 2. So tip number 2 is, it is okay if you're not 100% vegan. I am here to tell you, I don't care what anyone says. I got into being vegan 3 years ago because I was doing it for health reasons. I had no interest in getting into the moral side of being vegan. I owned a snake, which obviously was bred, so that's not, you know, technically vegan, but I'm still here. And that's why I want to make it incredibly clear to you guys that if you have felt any judgment from any vegans, or you felt like you're not enough because you can't do vegan 100% at first, I am here to be your chill vegan friend and let you know that sometimes the circumstances do not permit you to be 100% vegan when you just decide to be vegan, and that is okay. I don't care what those people tell you that are vegan, that want to make everybody feel bad. Yeah, so that's really all I gotta say about that. Alright guys, tip number 3. Now, this tip probably got me through most of my vegan years, because this tip is gonna sound weird, but it works, trust me. Tip number 3 is keep in mind that you can always go back. I know that that's gonna sound crazy, but it's one of the things that kept me motivated, because I don't know about y'all, but when I feel forced into something, it's a good chance that I'm not gonna keep doing it. And I think with being vegan, the main thing that you should really keep in mind is that you made this decision. You decided to try out being vegan, and you can not be vegan at any time. If you sit there and you think about, I'm gonna be vegan now forever, and these are all the things that I can't have anymore, and oh my gosh, I just want them so bad, you're not gonna keep it up. Like, I never thought that way when I first went into being vegan. I was like, I'm gonna try it for a week, and if I like it, I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna do it as long as it makes me happy. And it still does 3 years later. I don't crave anything I used to have. And I think that's because I've never told myself you're not gonna be able to have that again. You're not gonna be able to have that again, because that's just gonna put you in a bad mood. Like, I wouldn't wanna hear that. Like, it's like going into a marriage, like thinking about forever. You don't do that, because then you start thinking about like being single, or, you know, traveling around, going after whatever you want, and now you can't. Like, no one wants to think like that. So don't think like that. Just be you. And if you want to be vegan, be vegan. If you don't want to be vegan, don't be vegan. But know that this is a choice that you made, and you're the only one that can keep it going. So yeah, tip number 3. All right, tip number 4. Google is your friend. If the ingredients aren't on something, I will Google it and find out what the ingredients are. If the ingredients aren't anywhere, I just don't buy it. If the ingredients are full of, you know, scientific words, I'll Google those as well. And if they come up and say it could contain animal byproducts, it may not, I just don't buy it, because I don't want to, you know, step over the line type situation. But to go beyond Googling something, you can also always look on the websites for different companies. Usually they'll let you know like what's cruelty free, what's vegan, what's vegetarian. Just people kind of do it now. Like you can always look at the allergen info or the nutrition info if it's food, or even, for example, in my vegan makeup tutorial, I emailed the Glow company because they're a vegan friendly brand, and I knew that some of their stuff was vegan and some of it wasn't, so I wanted to double check that my mineral powder makeup was vegan, and it was. I just emailed the company and they emailed me back with a list of their products that contain animal byproducts, and that's all I gotta do. If not, most of the times a third party has written a review, especially with PETA writing a review on everything, or some other vegan third party, and you're gonna find out, you know, if it's vegan or not. It's not gonna be that hard. And if it isn't, whatever you're looking for isn't specifically vegan, look for something that's the exact same thing, that's a different brand, and see if that one's vegan. There's just a billion options for finding vegan things. So just don't let that keep you down, and Google, man. That's what it is. Alright guys, so this is gonna take me into my fifth and final tip. So number 5, I know some of y'all are gonna be like, but Megan. Number 5, cook, man, just cook. In my last tip, obviously, just talked about how sometimes you look at the ingredients for things and they have all these scientific terms and you don't really know like if it is completely vegan or it's not. Perfect way to just knock that out is to cook your own stuff. And when I say that, I'm not talking about 5-course meals. I'm not saying become the vegan chef. That's probably like a thing actually. There's probably like literally someone called the vegan chef. Anyways, you don't have to be them. Do something simple. Like what I do is I would just think of things I used to love eating before I was vegan and make them in a vegan version. I have tons of recipes on my channel. It's literally like vegan spaghetti-o and meatballs, vegan chickpea salad, because I used to love tuna salad. I got vegan pizza. Everyone loves pizza. You know, anything. I just love making things vegan that I liked to eat when I wasn't. And that's just like something you can do. You can also just like start out making one vegan meal, you know, a day. Or you can start doing a whole day of making vegan meals, and then do, when you feel comfortable with that, do 2 days, and then do 3 days, and then, you know, do the whole week. And like I have on my other video for Vegan for Beginners frozen foods, they got vegan frozen food too. So it's not just like if you don't know how to cook, you know, you won't be able to eat. It's just like it's easier when something says it's vegan or you make it yourself. So that would be my final tip, I would say. Not just cook, but maybe cook or buy something that's vegan, because it just makes life easier, and who doesn't want life to be easy? Alright guys, so those are my 5 tips to make being vegan easier for you. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, give it a thumbs up below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below. And also, if you have any extra tips that I didn't include in this video that you think people should know that helped you be vegan, please comment them. I love reading new motivational tips and having little vegan pep talks given to me. So leave me a comment, like, subscribe. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one.